You guys are lucky to have each other. You know that.
Yeah, true.
Are you going to marry him?
If you ask me.
One step at a time. See you.
Yeah.
One step.
Yes.
She's the only option I have right now, so I'll definitely marry her.
Oh, wonderful. What a story. What a story. I actually saw his story on social media. I think it was yesterday. Jana, right? Mm-hmm. This guy, he couldn't afford to pay his fees at the Kenya School of Law. Mm-hmm. And he decided, you know what? I'm going to get an Uber and I'll start driving. A tiny little doo-doo.
Yes.
And I'll pay my way through the law school. Mm-hmm. And he did more than 90,000 kilometers in that tiny little doo-doo to pay his way through law school. And that's just not the story. He's now about to begin his pupillage. You know, before you get admitted to the bar. Kizungu mingi.
Oh,
you have to do a pupillage. And that's where he is now. But his story is incredible. And we just had to highlight this young man because it's what you call overcoming insurmountable odds. Ken Mugambi, welcome to Hot 96.
Thank you so much.
Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Karibia mic.
Okay. Asante sana.
I mean, this guy is so humble. He came to the studio with his girlfriend. Who does that? Hey, you need mapenzi. Well, we'll talk about that later. So, tell us, growing up, obviously you grew up poor.
Okay, not so poor because my dad is a retired veterinary officer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we are many, and so there are a few challenges here and there. Yeah.
And you went to KU, right?
Yeah, I went to Kenyatta University.
Uh-huh. And you wanted to study law? Is that what you wanted to do?
Yeah, actually, I had been called up to do a nursing course, and then I changed to law. I went to do law.
Why?
I liked law. I wanted to do law all through my life. I was hoping to do law. So when I got the opportunity, I took it.
Okay. So you get your LLB in what, 2017?
No, I got my LLB in 2019. 2019, July.
Right.
At Kenyatta University.
And the next step was law school.
The next step was law school now. Yeah. So then around that time, I was struggling so much in life. I was actually struggling. I remember since 2016, I had been struggling so much. Even when I was meeting her, we were struggling. And then it's about that time that I thought, oh, by the way, I might not be able to afford my school fees in the Kenya School of Law because it required around 200,000. So I had to do something, and that's when I acquired the car. Okay, I actually got some sort of financing from a bank, and some little money I'd raised here and there, and then I started. So I was actually paying at the same time, saving up for my Kenya School of Law fees. And
you would go to school in between? I mean, you would drive during the day, and how would that work?
Okay, we started in January 2020. That's when we joined Kenya School of Law. So actually, I deliberately chose morning classes. So I would go for the morning classes, and after the morning classes, I would turn on my app, and then I would probably pick a client from school. Most of them were my classmates. Then do rounds, and then go home in the evening, study a little bit, and then I'll sleep, and then I'll wake up again in the morning to start. So it was like it became a routine for me. My goodness. So you turn on your app in class, and the first client is the person sitting next to you. Yeah, most of them were my colleagues, were my classmates in school. Yeah. What was it like? I mean, what was it like driving people around? My classmates, I didn't matter much because I've always taken it as a journey for my life, because I knew this Uber business is supposed to take me from one stage in life to the next stage in life, probably now where I'm headed now. So it has always motivated me to be of service to some people. I'm carrying them all the way, because we are from different classes in life. So I've never at any time been worried about that, because I was conscious of what I want in life, later in life. Speaking of challenges, was it difficult in the beginning? I mean, Uber, you can't be making that much money driving people around. Actually, Uber business is pretty tough. It's pretty tough because mostly you find that fares, if you get to an Uber, mostly it's like most of the fees ni 150 shillings, 200 shillings, and then from that 150 shillings you're supposed to pay, let's say, a 25% commission, and then you need to fuel the car, you need to maintain the car. So it's pretty tough. But now every time I made money, I would save it. Anytime I made money, I would save it. So it was tough. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I started getting offline clients, especially from where I live. I would get offline clients early in the morning. People would tell me, oh, by the way, you need to pick me early in the morning, and it's not through the app. So those offline clients help a lot,
right,
more than these. But when you don't have an offline client, you will get an online client now from these apps.
On average, how much would you make in a day? Around?
Well, in the beginning, 2019, business wasn't as bad as it is now. So I would make around 3,000 a day, 3,500 a day, and then you take away fuel. For like, if you make 3,000, fuel will be 1,000. And then from that 3,000, you take a commission of like 20%. So the money that's remaining, and then credit and everything, you'd go home with around 1,300, 1,500.
Wow. From Kimbo to Karen, right? Would you sometimes get lost? Hata kama una Google Maps.
Yeah, initially when I started, I didn't know much of Nairobi. Yeah, I didn't know much of.
So ukipotea sana?
Nilikuwa napotea.
No kuna client.
Yeah, so most of the time I remember there's a time nilichukua client Isli, nikimpeleka South Sea, nilimpigisha kona. Nilimpigisha kona mingi sana.
Alirealize ama
alirealize na kateta sana. And then the most of these clients sometimes they get impatient. So and then kama ujui njia, it might be wanaweza fikiria you're probably prolonging the distance so that you can get more money.
Right.
So most of the time nilikuwa nauliza client, do you know where you're going? Are you going to show me the way? And then kama client ajui juu, sometimes the client haizi jua, I would use the app. But now the app inakupeleka the longer route. Sometimes app inaweza jaribu kukuepesha traffic, because unajua app ina calculating time na nini, Google Maps the fastest way. So inaweza kupeleka the longer route ili uepe traffic, and then sometimes you get lost, and then the app sometimes is not always very accurate.
So what does the client do? Anaanza kutesa?
Yeah, you talk to them nicely. You just talk to them. Sometimes they are patient, sometimes they get aggressive. So as long as you know what you want, Apple.
What's the worst incident? What's the worst thing that's ever happened to you while driving a client home or wherever?
Yeah, I have ever been assaulted by a drunk client in Ruiru. So this client wanted to go to Kahawa West, from Ruiru town to Kahawa West, but he had a girlfriend, and he wanted me to drop the girlfriend at Juja town. And then proceed to Kahawa West. But make a destination Kahawa West, of which probably would hurt me, kwa sababu this app, they have a predetermined price.
Okay.
So if a client is going somewhere and is going to stop somewhere, you are advised to advise that client to probably to change, to put a stop, so that it can calculate the whole distance. To put a stop, let's say in Juja, and then from Juja to Kahawa West. Inge calculate, ningeenda tu inge calculate from Ruiru to Kahawa West, inge calculate your distance ya Juja and back.
Right.
So the client tells me this, and then I tell him, oh, you know what, please just change the destination. But he was very drunk. So ameanza, and then ilikuwa meketi in the passenger seat, the first one hapo kwa driver, and then the girlfriend was at the back. So I'm driving, huyu client ameanza nyinyi ndio mnaibianga clients, nyinyi ni wale wakora wa Uber, unajua tumesikia stories zenyu nini. So he starts becoming aggressive. So I wanted to control him, but he was uncontrollable. So ameanza kuniskuma, and I'm driving.
And you're driving.
So at the end of the day alishika steering hivi. So we almost had an accident. So I stopped kutoka kwa gari, ameanza kuwa violent, and then mimi nikamwambia shuke kwa gari yangu. So nikamwambia like I don't want this trip, but akaniambia he has a right ya kufikishwa penye aliitisha Uber, he has a right ya kufikishwa penye ameenda
Has law school helped you in a way as an Uber driver, or?
Okay.
Because you seem like a very patient guy.
I think I've learned to manage people over time. I think I have. I am blessed with that talent. You could deal with people. So I have a way of dealing with aggressive clients and aggressive people in life. So I have a way of. So most of the time, we don't even get to those levels. Those are now the extreme exceptions.
Okay. What about other incidences? Maybe a client doesn't pay. Have you had that?
Well, So I took a client from Kawawendani all the way to Kitengela, some inaitwa Great Wall Estate, Great Wall Gardens. I think it came around 2100. Kufika, it was a lady. She said she doesn't have any money on her pockets, so I could do nothing. I took a number, nikamwambia okay. She told me to call her, and then the next day when I called her, akutuma do, and up to this moment ajaituma
2100. No.
You get such clients. Na okay, that's okay. Unajua wengine una pesa kidogo, but kuna mwenye atashuka kwa gari akwambie wacha niende nitoe pesa pale ama wacha niingie hapa kwa ofisi and then I'm going to change the destination, twende. Akiingia hivyo amepotea, ameenda. So we are actually advised before a client gets out of the car, please make sure amekulipa ama ameacha hata kama ni mzigo yake ama ni handbag, kama anakuambia acha atoke arudi, aache kitu hapo. So we are always, sometimes we get a little bit more conscious.
You were 2100 mpaka leo hajalipa. Na una namba yake?
I think I had the number. But that was I think that was in 2020.
Oh, I hope she's listening to you right now. I hope she's listening.
I really hope she's listening.
Tume mara hiyo. Na ya kutoa.
Alikuja na boyfriend yake. Okay, wali request some place in Kawa West. Walikuja na the boyfriend. So wamekujanisha na boyfriend, exchanging hugs here and there. Boyfriend akamfungulia gari. A very romantic scene. Akaketi. Wakafunga mlango, and then the boyfriend told him, you know what, by the time you get there I'll have sent you the money. And I was actually listening. So mimi I started the ride na nikaanza kuenda tu pole pole, talking na nini. She was drunk. I think they were from a party, so I think the boyfriend ndiye alimcheza. But now I also blame the lady, because even after I left, she should have probably looked for the money akatuma, kwa sababu kama hiyo moment hakuwa na do, it's understandable. But now later, kama you have a debt, it's also fair that you pay it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, it's, I don't know, you have so much patience. How do you deal with things like that when someone, you've taken them to their destination and they can't pay? And I know the competition must be very stiff.
Yeah,
especially these days, must be very stiff.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, when you talk to them, what do they tell you about life now in this day and age of Corona?
Well, wow. When Corona came, business, now the first few months of Corona, business literally went to a standstill. Ulikuwa unatoka kwa nyumba, unarudi home na 500. Like, people were so afraid, no one was getting out of the house. Businesses were closed, people were advised to work from home. So business then went to a total standstill. So then business was bad, but now in a grow to pole pole, and then you make the little money you can make, and it's enough. Okay, if you plan for it well, it's totally enough. Yeah.
Wow. So you finished your Kenya School of Law?
Yeah.
You got your...
I actually finished my exams in 2 days ago. That was on Tuesday. So the tweet that you saw,
yesterday,
I had actually gone to the house, and then I was thinking, what a ride it has been. Like, what I could not even imagine. I've hacked this. So it's sort of it was like a benediction. So I was sitting in the house, I took a photo, nika post, and then I was thinking, what a journey it has been. I've actually managed to finish because I literally if you had asked me in probably 2019 hapo, I would not have told you. I would have hacked this. I would never have imagined.
Wow.
I would have hacked.
Congratulations.
This.
So now from here it's pupillage.
Yeah, I'm actually starting my pupillage on Monday.
This coming Monday.
Oh
my goodness! And in the meantime, you've done more than 90,000 kilometers in this Uber, in this little doo-doo.
Yeah.
90,000.
More than 90. It's about, I think, 96,000 kilometers. It's almost 100,000 kilometers.
What's the farthest you've been?
I've been hired to go to Kisumu by a client. I've been hired to go to Tanzania.
What's the best experience with a client?
Okay. I've had clients who I carry on Uber the first day, and since that day they become my offline clients. So I actually, as we speak now, like I live in Ngong now. Most of my clients in Ngong, every day in the morning lazima nipate call like, oh, you know what, please take me to the airport, take me to town, do what. So most of the time naweza pata naamka 4 nakimbia na drop mtu nini, and then narudi mbio class, naanza class, and then later jioni narudi job tena. Yeah.
You came here with your girlfriend?
Yeah, we came together.
How did you meet?
Okay. Okay, I was working in a law firm in Meru. In Meru, there's a lawyer friend of mine who had given me a job. So her sister was the secretary in that law firm. So she would come to visit the secretary, and then the relationship grew from that.
Wow. What's her name?
She's Ada.
Good morning, Ada.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
How long have you been with this man?
For about 4 years.
Tell us about him. What kind of a man? He seems so humble. He seems so mpole sana.
Yeah, he's humble, patient, and very hardworking.
Very hardworking.
Yeah.
You guys are lucky to have each other. You know that?
Yeah, true.
Are you going to marry him?
If you ask me.
One step at a time. See you.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's the only option I have right now, so I'll definitely marry her.
Oh, wonderful. What a story. What a story. You know, there are people struggling out there, Ken. A lot of people. And they keep saying, I can't make it through tomorrow. I'm not going to make it through this week. I don't know how I'm going to do it. And you struggled. You went through hell, I'm sure, during all this time. What do you tell them? What advice do you give these young people who think, things are, get things easily these days?
Okay, when I was young, someone told me fortune favors the active son of fate. So, generally life is bound to be hard, and problems give us a purpose in life, you see. Every time you have a challenge, it's got to be a purpose. So just be active. Just don't give up any time that you feel like giving up, because you're going to have those moments. You're going to have those bad moments. But every day, when you look back at your journey, wherever you are, you'll probably see that you've come from far.
Absolutely.